Do you ever get that quiet, sinking feeling that you should be further along by now? You're putting in the work, but it never feels like you are closing the gap. What if that feeling is not a sign that you have failed, but the result of a tiny, invisible mental habit you have been stuck in for years? In this video, we are not going to fix you. We are going to hold up a mirror to the one thought pattern that has been silently shaping your entire reality. It's a weird kind of ache, isn't it? It does not come from some big, spectacular failure. It comes from being perfectly fine, yet feeling like you are not where you are supposed to be. You see a friend get a promotion, a former classmate buy a house, or some stranger your age on the internet launch a business, and a quiet, persistent whisper says you should be further along by now. This feeling is a form of stress that comes from comparing yourself over time, and it's one of the most persistent sources of dissatisfaction in modern life. It's not loud or dramatic, it's a low-grade hum of anxiety in the background of otherwise good days, a constant mental math of where you stand. Many people describe it as a hamster wheel feeling. You're running as fast as you can, but the view never seems to change. You're comparing your messy, behind-the-scenes footage, with all its doubts, wrong turns, and late-night worries, to everyone else's polished highlight reel. And the most damaging part? You assume the problem is you. You think you're lazy or unfocused, or that you took a wrong turn somewhere. But what if the map you've been using was never yours to begin with? That feeling of being behind isn't a fact. It is the result of a subconscious thought loop. It is an automatic, repetitive mental habit that runs just below your conscious awareness, quietly reinforcing a negative story about yourself. Neuroscientists estimate that a huge percentage of your daily thoughts and reactions are driven by these subconscious programs. They are the hidden architects of your reality. Think about it like learning to drive. At first, every single action is conscious and deliberate. But after enough repetition, it all becomes an automatic loop. Your brain loves this kind of efficiency. The problem is, your brain does the exact same thing with your worries. A thought like "I'm falling behind," when repeated, carves a neural pathway. That thought triggers an emotion, maybe anxiety or envy, and the emotion validates the original thought, making the loop even stronger. Pretty soon, this whole pattern runs on autopilot. This specific "I'm behind" loop is often built on an invisible timeline you absorb from culture, family, and social media without even realizing it. It becomes a script that says you should be settled by 30 or have life figured out by 25. You never consciously signed up for this schedule, and your subconscious mind treats it like a hard deadline. It scans your life for evidence that you're late, fixating on what others have achieved while dismissing your own progress. This is not a personal failure, it is simply your brain running an outdated, unhelpful program. So, what do you do about it? This isn't a video about fixing yourself with positive affirmations or some 5-step plan. The most powerful first step is simply to see it. The moment you become aware of the loop, you are no longer in it. You are observing it. A subconscious pattern only has total power over you when it stays hidden. By noticing it, by catching that familiar whisper of not enough or too late, you create a gap in the cycle. You take it from being an unconscious reaction to a conscious thought. And a conscious thought is something you can have a relationship with, not something that controls you. Think of it this way. You cannot be behind on a path that does not actually exist. The timeline you are measuring yourself against is a fiction, a mashup of other people's expectations and cultural norms. The anxiety you feel is real, but its premise is false. You are not failing a test. You are simply living a life that is unscripted. The people who find peace are not the ones who finally catch up. They are the ones who realize they were never in a race to begin with. If this idea of looking at the hidden patterns of your mind resonates with you, consider subscribing. We explore these kinds of topics not as problems to be solved, but as human experiences to be understood. The feeling of being behind is one of the most common struggles of modern life, but it is built on a distortion. You are not behind. You have not wasted time. Your path has been exactly what it needed to be to bring you to this moment of awareness. You were never behind. You were just becoming.